Okay. I think I'm back. Sometimes that happens. I don't know. I had some issue. Yeah, it wouldn't exit host mode when I started streaming earlier. It fucking pissed me off. Host mode is weird sometimes. I wish they'd give you like a little bit more time after you're on host to before it auto hosts again. But I guess the idea is that they wanted you to give the viewers as soon as possible, but I don't know. I'm just gonna mute this. I don't like the static. Um. Anyways, I don't know. In regards to, could you watch my ads? Nice, David. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, that's the thing, Giro. Like, I think if I don't know. I guess if I was doing something a bit more professional, then I think that would be good. But like for me, I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice, I guess, but I don't think I'm like you know, up there quite yet. So it's like rip. Keep something, yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe if I had like 20,000 subscribers or something, then yeah, sure. But I don't know. I guess it was like more. It's weird to think. It's like, well, what else could you be doing that you'd use that? It's like, well, I don't know. I guess like if you're a professional talk show or something. But you know, essentially, this is a fucking professional talk show in some regards. So yeah. Well, Gear, if you want to help me out with some ideas, I'm down for hearing too. How many subs do I have? I have about, I think, 100 right now. Um, so I'm working on getting new emotes, but I'm kind of waiting to hear back. But I know a lot of times people are busy, or I don't even know if their emotes or their commissions are open or not. So, oh, I love for giving artists a chance, but like I said, I really want to just kind of cut the bullshit and get straight to what I need. And that's the thing. I hate having to be like the bad guy, where it's like, oh, you didn't like my art, well, fuck you or whatever. And it's like, well, no, it's just you don't have what I'm looking for. So, but anyways, I think I don't know, between like a mixer, a new fucking desk, which I think I asked my stepdad about it. I think I just need to get the measurements, and I think that'll be more ideal. I would check your grounding for your electric, dude. I never heard of that as an issue. I've had mine for like a few years. I know, like in my room, this whole room has no grounding. So I actually have in my other room there's ground. I had like daisy chains some fucking surge protectors in here to make it work. So buy a desk, cut it up. I don't think that's how it works. My stepdad's really good at making things though, like carpentry. Let's see. Okay, so assuming... I don't know, I'll do some measurements and figure it out. Oh, your toe? Jesus. I don't know, anything falls on your toe can fucking hurt like a motherfucker, dude. Like, I think I dropped like a Coke can on my foot and my, like, you know, toenail turned black or something. Or maybe that was someone else, but that's pretty awful. I'm sure I've done that many times to my own foot with various things. I think I dropped a hairbrush, like, fell off my sink and fucking hit my toe. It hurt. Stepping on Lego. I don't know. I don't think stepping on Lego is really all that like crazy as people make it out to be. In fact, I think a lot of people who kind of like brag about that or whatever have never actually stepped on a Lego themselves. As someone who used to use Legos all the time, I've stepped on many Lego. And yes, it can be quite painful, but I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world, you know? Is that the Beck to the X key? 93 with the host. Thank you so much, Becksky. Also, guys, I'll give some shout outs here in the chat. You should follow BK, obviously. I mean, that's given. But for those who don't know, BK does stream some fantastic RTS games. I know how much you guys love those. Caparino. But no, I don't know what you all stream quite yet, BK. I mean, I'm new to your stream. I know you've been streaming that one RTS game. Okay, shout out to Vigibum. Let's shout out to Bexy. Thank you. Newly minted, yes. Mr. Vigibum. Turtles shouting out random people in the chat. Nice job. Bexy, thank you for the host. You're doing some Resident Evil 3. You speedrun though, right? Or I get confused at which all games you speedrun. Bexy, I know you do the is it Survivor? Is that the one with like the on rails thing? Yeah, dude. I make the same times like I'll do tab and I'll be someone else. Like, oh, Turtle's the only Turtles in the chat, right? And it'll be like random Turtle. RTS and that's it. Super Nintendo? Well, Super Nintendo's great, dude. But yeah, Bexky. Sorry, so you were doing... I think I saw you doing Resident Evil 0 at one point as well. PC won't let you stream. Feels bad. Also, Haddonfield, how's it going? It's not a bad strat, BK. I mean, that's what I do a lot of times. Honestly, I'd probably stream more retro games, but collecting them can be quite expensive, and I don't know, there hasn't been too many things that have really caught my eye in a while. Like, I own most of like the games that I liked as a kid, right? With the exception of a few where they're usually easily accessed through other means, like the Mega Man games, I love them, right? But I can play them on a lot of different things. Owning the actual NES Mega Mans, it's like $60 or more. Demi Emulator. Yeah, I mean, there's some games that I think that can be a bit easier to deal with when it comes to emulation. It just depends. I generally prefer non-emulation personally because it's just like I know I don't run into a lot of issues like from logistics, but like sometimes it's like, okay, well, this is just much easier to emulate instead of having to deal with, you know, case in point, having to fucking blow on small cartridges and get frustrated. So, yeah, I mean, that's something. Oh yeah, back to cartridges. Yeah, that's the thing too, some random satanic, like, for example, I don't know, like certain games, right? Like, they're near impossible to find or get, so you kind of almost have to emulate them. I don't know, it's tough, dude. It's tough. Yeah, you know, it's funny, I was looking through my Super Nintendo collection when I was looking for the Buck Bumble, and my Super Nintendo collection, it's probably like every fucking sports game in like the collection. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. The thing is, my Super Nintendo, my uncle actually had a Super Nintendo, and essentially inherited. Well, I don't know if I inherited the Super Nintendo itself, but I essentially inherited some of it, and then like a lot of the games, by a lot of the games, like pretty much all the games that came with it. Though I feel like there's a few missing. Like I think we had Mortal Kombat, and I think he had Mortal Kombat. He had some. There was a racing game that was pretty cool. I liked on there. I don't know. There's a few things missing, so maybe I have to go through it again. Yeah, BK or Jeff, I don't know. I remember like trading in a lot of my old games, and I definitely regret that. A few games I passed up on buying as well. I always tell this story where I remember I saw Misadventures of Tron Bonne at like EB Games before I became GameStop. And I was like, oh, you know, 20 bucks. Like, yeah, I'll buy it later. And then I didn't, and then I kind of regretted it. Realistically, though, even playing it now on the Vita or whatever, it's not the worst thing in the world. I don't know. I guess it wasn't super memorable either. Or, I don't know. Oh, that sucks. Great. So, you know, it's making me salty a little bit today. Like, not really salty, but a little bit jealous. Like, I follow, Pat Contry or whatever, the NES punk. And, he's like, show me you guys' like, you know, cash, like, your kind of, your catch for the, like, your yard selling or whatever, your flea market. And like, I see all these people, like, they have like, oh, I got like full like a fucking Atari, full like NES, like 20 games. Like, oh, I got all this for like 20 bucks. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, my parents go yard selling like every weekend. They don't ever find shit, dude. They don't find like anything good. Like, on rare occasion, I'll get like a PS2 game or something. It's like, you know, WWC, like, most fucking printed game in the universe. I'm like, oh boy. Like, glad I found this, you know, fucking gem. It's like, god damn it, dude. Why can't I find some, like, old people to exploit for cheap and get, like, really cool old systems that they don't want anymore? Like, fuck, man. Because that's the thing. It's like, well, you can go on Craigslist, right? But the people on Craigslist know what they're doing. So, and, you know, they're trying to make a buck. They're not trying to get rid of shit. They're like, okay, I got, like, all these games for, like, 10 bucks each. Or, like, you know, 20 bucks each. It's like, dog, I can go to GameStop and get this shit for cheaper. So, I don't know. It's tough. Like, I don't, like, you know, I should probably try to do it myself. Or figure out how some of that stuff works, but... The pawn shops aren't much better either, honestly. Like, I remember I went to this one pawn shop. It's like, oh, I got an NES controller. Like, it's all fucking, like, the wires frayed and shit. It's like, 25 bucks. It's like, yo, dog, does this shit even work? Have you even tested this shit? Like, it looks like it's fucking broken. I don't know, dude. It's hard to find... like I said, with the revolution of the internet and people knowing how to actually, like, look at prices and stuff, it's hard to find things, like, at a good deal, you know? So... Young enough to own any old games? Well, I think it's a lot of just, like, older folks that, like, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s, who... like, you know, bought these things for the kids, and the kids never gave a shit about it, or, you know, they had it for themselves, or in, like, an attic, and it's like, oh, you know, trying to get rid of shit. So... Well, I mean, when it comes to something like that, it depends. If they're selling it as advertised as broken, then that's, like, acceptable, right? Because... like, iPods and stuff, well, I don't know about iPods, but, like, iPads, like, they're relatively easy to fix, like, with the right tools and parts, like, depending how damaged it is, of course. Like, for example, like, a lot of, like, old phones and stuff, like, you can repair the screens, it's not, like, that bad, depending on the screen and other things like that. Like, you might be able to make a profit, possibly, but, hard to say, really. But yeah, yeah, a lot of pawn shops can be pretty scummy. So, I don't know. That's pretty nice, Mario Bros. The Castlevania games aren't too rare expensive, which is nice, but still. Like, imagine, like I said, that's kind of why I, like, as a collector, like, I don't really do too much collecting as much anymore, because it's like, at this point, if I want to get certain games, it's going to be like, you know, $60 for, like, a fucking TurboGrafx game or something like that. It's like, well, that's cool and all, dude, but, like, you know, do I really want to spend that much money on a fucking game that's, like, you know, older than I am? Like, fuck, you know? I don't know. I used to fix old iPods and resell. Yeah, that's like I said, that's it, you can do that. But you know, if they say like, "Oh, check out this new iPod, it's like in perfect condition," and it doesn't fucking work, then like, yeah, that's a problem. Some water here. It definitely is, Reds. Like when I first started streaming, I don't know. I think it was like one of my first like, I don't remember. It was either like year. It was around the time I actually had like a my job was actually paying me a decent amount of money for what I was doing. Like I think the best year, you know, and again, the people who always you know, oh, I wish I did this or that. Or it's like, well, you know, take into perspective, like, you know, the best year that I've actually made money, the highest income I've had was 20K. Um, and it's probably more around 18K, and that's like the most I've made in a year. I was working full time though, but it's like, you know, I had actually decent, like, things were going pretty well for like the selling side because I worked commission. But like 20K is not much. 18K is not much. Like, uh, you know, I think it's where I was collecting the most because I had like decent amount of money and I didn't have any expenses. And that's the thing is like, um, I pretty much got into the lifestyle of having like a decent amount of money, and then it's like, you know, my income gets like cut in half. So then it's like, oh, I can pay off all these like credit card bills and shit, and it's like, oh, never mind, live the dream. And then I get more expenses in general. It's like, well, fuck. So, um, 12 hours. Well, if you work 12 hours a week, that's not bad for 10K. Max frugal life, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, that's kind of where it's dangerous to really, um, you know, play with credit cards. One of the major investments I made in my credit card was my computer, which, you know, I still think was a pretty good investment. Um, some other investments I think I made just irresponsibly because I just kind of was hating life and kind of needed something to, you know, feel a little bit better about things. So, uh, freelance make nothing. Well, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on what you want to do or how you approach things, I guess. I think it's one of the kind of interesting things about like college and careers. It's like, I don't know, people I think they go into college thinking it's like everything is like cookie cutter kind of shit. It never really ends up being that way. For better or for worse most of the time. Um, I don't know. I know a lot of people have kind of come out of college doing more of what they want to do than not, whether they finish or not as well. So, um, I don't know. I guess if you can make the best of it, it's cool. But Yeah, BK, I've had to, I don't know, like, I worked a lot of shitty jobs, right? And, I don't know, I've stuck through them for the most part, and I always, like, you know, essentially got another shitty job, or replaced my old, you know, other shitty job that I hated. But, like, I think when I worked at, like, one of my more recent jobs at H.H. Gregg, um, I quit it for, like, actually legit, like, you know, you know, I made kind of an executive decision where it was like, okay, like, they're working me, like, pretty much, like, 40 plus hours when I've already emphasized, I emphasized it, like, months in advance that I need to I'm going back to school. And they just, like, you know, didn't really listen. And then it's like, I call out the one day of my life, and this guy gets, like, Mr. Dickhead HR man gets, like, super salty about it. And I don't know, he's just really annoying in general. He's like super like by the book. And I always thought it was amusing the one time he's like, oh, you know, you didn't sell this, that, the other thing. It's like, here you go, dude. You go ahead and try to sell it. And he tries like so hard, and like even like pulls out all the manager bullshit and like, oh yeah, I'll give you a discount, blah blah blah. Pretty much like giving it for free. The guy's like, nope, 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 nope. And it's like, what I tell you, guy, it's not as fucking easy as it looks. And it's like, yeah, that's right. You get fucking mad, asshole. But, I don't know. That guy was a dick. He's literally a dickhead. But, I don't know. I didn't really like that guy. And, you know, I did as much as I could, and it just kind of fucking stressed me into oblivion. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to focus on school. Like, I don't have time for this shit, so... Stock logistics. Yeah, I hear the warehouse jobs are kind of like slave labor, unfortunately. It's kind of rough. Twelve-hour shift. That sounds brutal, dude. And that's the thing too. Like working some of these like extremely long hours like really drains you. And that's like the thing when I was when I was... Fuck, I lost track of what I was talking about. Well, you can do turtles. You can buy 30 heirlooms and you can get the mount. Level 1 mount, if you want to do that. I think it's 31 heirlooms or something like that. It's the chauffeur. I actually lost track of what I was talking about, but I know I actually did try to get a job, an internship at Amazon, but their internship requirements are kind of absurd. They want you to, like, have this paper notarized, but the way it's described, like, any notary I brought it to, like, yeah, no fucking way we're signing this, dude. Like, this is, like, ridiculous. So they made this, like, notary thing, like, really obnoxious. And I don't think they worded it very well at all. I did finally get someone to get it. I even turned in the papers. I was literally on the phone with the HR lady when I was turning in the papers, too. And they're like, oh, yeah, we didn't get any of your shit. And, yeah, so sorry, it's kind of past the point, so you didn't get the internship. It's like, what the fuck, dude? So that was kind of messed up. Suddenly stream goes offline, Amazon shuts me down, rip. But no, I don't know. I mean, I imagine there's certain parts of Amazon that are not ideal to work for. But, I don't know, I guess that's kind of with every job, and it depends on the, you know, the position and stuff. Worry about when you apply for a partner. Yeah, I don't really know how closely Amazon really works with Twitch, though. I feel like that they kind of, like, own Twitch, but I feel also that Twitch, like, very much works independently. Past employment. Yeah, I don't think that, I mean, it's not like, I don't think, like, partnership is like, hey, can we see your resume, you know? I don't think they ask for that. Well, do they? Maybe they do, I don't know, but I don't think they really give a shit, you know? Like, you know, being a grocery store worker or whatever, like, It's not gonna make you like any much of a more entertaining person or, you know, any more qualified to be a partner, you know? Yeah, Captain. But yeah, I think that's where I was getting up. But I was working at like a lot of these places, like at H Trig and shit. Like, I come home from like working like 8 hours, and I just like play Monster Hunter and then like go to bed, because it's just like, you know, I'm so fucking tired from working like 8, 9 hours. Usually it was like 9 hours, because you'd have like, it'd be like 8 hour shifts, quote unquote, but you'd have like an hour lunch or whatever. Which the hour lunch was nice for sure, but like it's such a fucking long day, dude. Like you have like, you get so burnt out, like you can't do anything else. And that's like the thing with streaming too, is like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I want to do streaming and all that fun shit, or you know, it's so easy to make all this money off streaming, etc. And it's like not really, like you do really have to put a lot of work into streaming if you want to be like successful with it. And like realistically for me, like if I'm working and going to school and streaming, like 1, 2, or 3 of those things are all going to suffer in like some way, shape, or form, because like, you know, I won't be able to focus on school as much if I'm working like a fucking dog. I won't be able to, you know, stream as much if I'm going, like, you know, working on homework and going to, you know, going to work. It's like, you know, I have no time to do much streaming, or even like do, you know, plan streams or anything like that. Like that's one of the things that's a little bit nicer right now, is that since I'm doing this full time, like having able to like plan out streams and things like that, it's pretty nice. Like again, I don't do it every day as maybe as much as I like to, but you know, I'm still trying to get better at being consistent. My sleep schedule right now is a bit wacky. Oh my god. Speaking of illegal, I don't know, a lot of those fucking pay systems were criminal. I remember they didn't pay me for my like fucking, they never paid, like, it took forever to pay me for my, holiday hours, or when I went on vacation, or whatever. I don't know, the payroll system was completely fucked. Seriously, I think was the worst about that. I hated them for that. They pretty much robbed me of, like, a whole paycheck pretty much when Black Friday came around. And the HR manager had no idea what the fuck they're doing. So he said I couldn't be on commission even though I could have been, or they could have backtracked it. It wasn't until my new store manager, who was not even the fucking HR manager, I had to like do her job for her because she's incompetent. Oh my god. Yeah, those are always the worst too, Defkin, like having like the close open shit. Like, that shit completely drains you, because like, okay, you get home after like closing, and it's like, sometimes you get home so late after closing that you don't even have like a full 8 hours of sleep, even if you go to bed like the second you get home, which obviously you're not going to do. So I don't know. Yeah, that's the hard thing to do though, Captain Ando, is like finding a job that will actually take care of the employees. Like that's kind of one of the things I like. One of the other reasons I want to work for Twitch is that they seem to really give a shit about their employees. Like they seem to have like a lot of nice, just like general benefits. Like on top of like your, you know, your standard like medical and dental and all that shit. Like they seem to actually like, you know, bring food, catered food, like take them like, you know, bring a, like fucking lunch all the time. I don't know, like monthly massage, like snacks and shit. Like they seem to really take good care of like their people there, from what I can see. Some of the people I know who actually work there seem to be really enjoy working for Twitch. So I mean, I'll see their tweets and stuff. So it seems like they're a really chill thing. Like for what you're describing too, BK, with Google, it's like it seems like I really like the idea of like a chill atmosphere about like having like, you know, almost like coming to work with like shorts and like, you know, t-shirt, whatever. Yeah, but paid vacation usually is if you're a full-time employee. That's also something to keep in mind, Turtles. If you do go full time, then you actually can earn vacation. Though a lot of times it takes forever to actually get it. So it's like, rip. Yeah, because that sounds nice. Like, that's another thing that's like frustrates me about like my parents. Like oftentimes, and like my like aunt, and uncle, whatever. It's like, oh, you can work for all these big companies, but you gotta like shave your hair and you know shave your beard and look presentable, blah blah blah. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I get a lot of compliments on my hair, and I feel like I maintain it pretty well when I actually want to keep it clean and shit. When I'm lazy, it's like, well, obviously I don't look, you know. Obviously, if I haven't showered in like a day and a half, like, I'm not gonna be fucking pristine, you know. Well, that's good, Turtles. Yeah, I mean, if you keep track of that, that's always important. I know sometimes they'll give you like, that's another thing to keep in mind too. It's like sometimes they'll give you like personal days you can take, and then you'll have like vacation days. So like vacation days you'll be able to like get paid for. Well, personal days you don't get paid for, but it's like, well, you get a free day off essentially. So like, if you really wanted like a long vacation, you can always do that too. That's pretty vague statement as well, Doggle. Sorry, dude. I don't know. Google's pretty good about keeping up to date with their expansions. Florida, honestly, with the ecosystem there, it'd probably be an awful place to put fiber, realistically, between like the hurricanes and everything else. But that's just me. That's just me thinking out loud. You're honestly better off just moving, dude. AT&T Conclave, so good luck, dude. Buying up, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know with here, like Fios, I would have loved to have Fios, but apparently Mayor Douchebag decided that we can't have Fios here because he didn't want people fucking up the ground for putting in fiber. The Bay Area. Bay Area is too expensive, dude. Uh, I'd be down for moving to California and like the not so Bay Area, as in like outside the Bay Area. That's not like $1 million. There's no water. I'll just like bring a water tower with me, dude. It's fine. Earthquakes? It's fine, dude. Earthquakes, no water. It's fine. Seven Nation? I don't know what that is. I only know about the Vape Nation. Sorry, dude. Yeah, probably been more earthquakes in Virginia recently than there has been in San Francisco. I remember there was a fucking earthquake here. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, is that a fucking earthquake? I was so like everyone was so confused. Like, what the fuck had just happened? Knocked over my PS2. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, the volcano in New York City. What was that movie? Wasn't it just called Volcano? I think it was like Volcano and Volcano 2 or some shit. Like Tommy Lee Jones. don't know how I feel about New York City. Like, it's kind of cool, but I don't really know if there's anything in the city that I really like to. Like, I don't know if I really like the idea of like New York City. Like I don't really like cities that much in general. Like, I think San Francisco, I think, is more chill for me. But like DC, like New York, it's like too crazy, you know? Washington State, I don't know. I think for the most part, it's kind of like, I don't know, like woods, forest. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever actually want to live in either of those cities unless I'm just like rich. But even then, it's like, you're paying like so much money, right, for a fucking tiny amount of space, while you can just like, buy an actual house for the same price. I know like Twitch offers like commuter card or something like that too. I really wish I knew more about like Twitch's infrastructure in regards to like what they look for candidates for employees. I always feel I'm like super underqualified for a lot of things where, and realistically, like I might actually be like pretty well qualified, but I have no idea. Well qualified's a bit way over exaggerated, but you know, I might be able to actually do some of the stuff, I guess is what it comes down to. Bring him over for rooftop parties, yeah, dude. Imagine it would have taken that woman like forever to actually get to the other roof, because like she's like probably like 10 stories up. She should go all the way downstairs, like go over to the next building, go all the way back upstairs. I don't know. Uh, well, I guess it comes down to like what do they want besides a degree, right? Or what do they need to do? What should I be aiming for, you know? Uh, so tired. Just want to go to bed. Alright, chat, I'm getting very tired. I think I call it a night for now. It's not that bad, honestly, BK. Like, if, like, a lot of parts of Northern Virginia, like, 1800 is pretty common. Um, like, our mortgage, I'm sure, is more than that at our house. Or around that price, I don't know. But it's also a house, too. But thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I kind of just dicked around with 2 games, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed. It was kind of fun playing the Ghostbusters, actually. I feel if I practice more with that game, I actually be able to beat it. I've had more patience for it. I don't know, what's today? Monday? Fuck, tomorrow's November 1st. Oh, I'll figure something out for tomorrow. So games I'm working on right now: Resident Evil, Dark Souls, Pokemans, and Metal Gear. The 3rd act of the stream. Oh, it's nice to just talk sometimes. Honestly, I find that sometimes more enjoyable than anything. Okay, just pause, yeah. Well, this game is bullshit anyways. The new Pokemon comes out soon. I know Thor has been very nice and offered me his Steel version. I'm hoping Amazon just restocks it, but if it comes kind of too late, I'll probably just order the 2. I think GameStop has a bundle too, but fuck them. And I think their bundle is literally just like 2 games together or something. I don't know. I regret not pre-ordering the Steelbook edition earlier. Of course, Amazon's the only person that has it. What was the other thing? Okay, so I don't know. I'm almost done with Resident Evil. I just need to finish it up. Dark Souls DLC, I don't think is that long. I know people like beat it first day, so I beat the first boss there already. Most of the time I spent just like sidetracking doing PvP to get some of the stuff I need. So yeah, the pre-orders for Amazon are really good too. It's like 20% off pre-orders, so it's like hell yeah, dude, I want that shit. I mean, $20 off like 80 bucks, or 20% off 80 bucks is like a lot of money, so I'll take that any day of the week. Again, that's like one of those things where Amazon Prime essentially pays for itself. Looks like Mr. Great Zah is actually streaming now, so I'll give him a host. I actually want to get my hair done too. I've been meaning to do that. Unrelated to anything, but I mean, I want to make it look nice for this the wedding. I don't know. I don't really know if there's any styles or something I can do for long hair. It's weird. 60 is pretty bitchin', yeah. Well, it's like 20% off. And for 60 it's like 12 bucks for 80 bucks. 16 bucks off. The tax brings it up a little bit, but Should my balls start over? Yeah, that sounds like a brilliant waste of 2 years. Well, last time they did my highlights, I wasn't really fond of them doing it. They didn't really do a great job. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I don't know what I'll be streaming tomorrow. I know I really want to do some Metal Gear and some Mega Man again in the future. I'm not really sure what the plans are there, but we'll see. Anyways, I think I host Great Zot. You guys should check him out. He's a cool dude. He's playing some Warriors of Shadow. I think it's a pretty cool game. I know it's very much, like, I don't know. I think it's like a lot of undeserved hate because it's not like you're kind of, Symphony of Night, like Metroidvania. It took a kind of a weird spin on it, but like story-wise, I think it's pretty solid. I liked a lot of the story for the Lord of the Shadow series. The gameplay is a little odd, but I think it's still okay. I actually want to play. I want to stream. Well, I finished both those games. I started the DLC and never finished it. So when am I finishing the DLC for Lord of the Shadows 2, and then maybe doing Circle of the Moon at some, or not Circle of the Moon, whatever the moon, Bottom of the Moon, or whatever, Mirror of Fate. That's what I'm looking for. But anyways, it's been fun talking. I really appreciate the support again from everyone in chat and just in general. It does mean a lot to me for you guys being here. Um, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. So I got school tomorrow, but I should, should be available most of the day. But I think I'm doing some kind of routine as well, like maybe doing like exercise stream and then a coding stream. Kind of having like just days where like kind of focus on the mind, the body, and then maybe doing some chiller streams in the evening or something. But anyways, got a lot of things I gotta think about. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one. Good night.